Deuteronomy 29, 1 to 29. So I actually read this yesterday, but I forgot to make a video, so I'll just try to remember. So Moses summoned the Israelites and told them that the Lord led them for 40 years and the clothes did not wear out, nor did the sandals. It seems like they didn't eat any bread, although manna is kind of like a honey waffle, but it's not, I guess it's not considered bread. And they didn't drink any wine. And I'm not sure what it means. So that you might know that I am the Lord your God. I don't know how the bread and the wine relates. Oh. So during that time that they walk with God, because the bread represent the body of Christ and the wine represent blood of Christ. I'm not sure if that relates, but that's what went through my mind. But then I understand that the clothes not wear out and then sandals not wear out. That's a sign that God is God. And then he talked about there are people who try to attack them, and that they are entering into a covenant with the Lord, and that he's making that covenant also with those who are not here today, I guess, like the children of those people. Let's see what it means. Okay. So, not very sure who the children are. I mean, if that is the children that he is making, but I think it is. And that God says that there shouldn't be anyone who should turn away from God to worship gods of the nations that he drove out. And it's actually considered evil. It's considered a root that produces bitter poison. And that that for those type of people, God will never be willing to forgive them. And all the curses will fall on them, and God will blot out their names from under heaven. It's a very serious crime to turn God's people away from him. And he even said that those people, they actually think that they have a blessing, that they will be safe, even though they persist in going their own way. So they're prideful, and they think more highly of themselves, and they think that they're invoking a blessing on themselves, but it's actually a curse. And so, if they basically turn away, and the land and the calamities will fall on the land, and actually like diseases that happen in Egypt will happen to them. And God said it will be like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Admah and Zebulun, I'm not sure what that is, but it actually makes sense that, I don't know what it is anymore, because like God said, like for places that is corrupt, that turns away from God and pursue in their evil way, that it's actually they're gonna be blotted out. And that God will uproot them, and that's what will happen. And so it's very serious, and God want people to understand it. And like I think like from verse 19 where it said that they invoke a blessing on themselves, I do really think that blessing and curses just mean good outcome and bad outcome. Like they think that their life will be good, they think that all will go well with them, but the consequence will be not of their action will show that it's not a good result. And it's also very interesting that it said that God is not willing to forgive those type of people who lead other people away and who turn away from God, and that his anger will burn with them. I don't know how to find it, but right here. Fine. Not really. The Lord will never be willing. That's very, very strong. Yeah, so and it's also interesting that verse 29 says that the secret things belong to the Lord our God. And I don't know what secret things it's referring to, but there are things that only God have knowledge of, and we're just exploring his world, and we're just finding out a little bit at a time. But there's a lot of things that are unrevealed to us, but the things that are revealed to us belong to us and our children forever, and that we should make decisions on what we know, on what is revealed to us, and not try to pursue to understand everything. It's kind of like in the court of law. You don't want to, like when you're in a trial, you're not going to know 100% of what happened. But what evidence you do have, what does the evidence point to? What does the evidence tell you? That you have to make a decision on. And so I think it's the same thing. But I'm very interested to know what secret things it's like God actually mean. I'm wondering if it's talking about Jesus at this point, where it's like God like roll out his plan of salvation through time in certain stages at certain period of history, and it's not ever fully revealed until Jesus like said it is finished. And so I wonder if that is a way that God uses to keep his plan of salvation. Even though he has prophecy, he never fully disclosed his plan, so that Satan doesn't know it in full and only know in part. I wonder if that is the case, but that's just me wondering.